and Happy New Year. Welcome back to episode number 18 with Creating Your Career with Marla J. Alberti. And I am super excited because we have our next guest, Mr. Evan Carmichael. Say hey to everybody, Evan.
It's great to be here. Thank you for the love.
Thank you so much. So guys, you know I like to jump right in. I always like to tell the story of how I met the person. So you're going to laugh at this one, guys. I'm actually meeting Evan for the first time today. But along with the rest of his 1.8 million followers on YouTube, they probably feel the same way I do. We feel like we already know you. So a brief story about that. I discovered Evan's YouTube channel probably about 2.5 years ago. And it was probably like around maybe like 100,000 subscribers then. Now we're going on 1.8 million subscribers. So I'm sure Evan's going to dive right into that. But before we do, I love to read the bio so you can know a little bit about the person, and then we're going to figure out and talk to Evan about how he is creating his career as a YouTube influencer. All right, so I'm going to read his bio here. Evan believes in entrepreneurs. At age 19, he built and then sold a biotech software company, and then at age 22, he was a venture capitalist. How many 22-year-olds can say that? I know I wasn't. He raised $500,000 to $15 million. He now runs the biggest YouTube channel for entrepreneurs with 1 million plus subscribers. He breathes and bleeds entrepreneurship. He aims to help 1 billion. That is a huge number, and I love it. 1 billion entrepreneurs and unlock their potential. He has set 2 world records. He uses a stand-up desk. He rides a Vespa. He's raised funds for Kiva. He wears 5-toe shoes and created entrepreneur trading cards. He speaks globally, but Toronto #IntCity is his home. He loves being married. He loves his son, salsa dancing, and he loves DJing, which I didn't know that one. League of Legends and the Toronto Blue Jays, of course. He's the author of 2 books. Well, actually 3, but we're right here on the bio, we have the author of Your One Word, The Powerful Secret of Building a Life and Business That Matter, and Your Top 10 Rules for Success, Rules to Succeed in Business and Life from the Titans, Billionaires, and Leaders Who Have Changed the World. And I have both books right here, of course. Yay! The other one has been ordered from Amazon. I'm sure Evan's going to talk about that. So Evan, let's jump right in. Give us a brief history of back at age 19 when you were selling a biotech company. I think at age 19, I was in the Navy getting ready to have my son. So tell us about how you've grown and what has happened over history here.
So first off, thank you for the love. Thank you for having me. I love your energy. It's amazing. I am en route right now driving to New York City for an event, and you are a breath of fresh air, and it's amazing time.
Thank you.
Just want to say that for my journey. So at 19, I had a biotech software company. I started it, struggled, felt worthless as a human being because I wasn't making any money, making $300 a month. And we can go deeper into the story if you'd like, but just struggling like crazy. And eventually turned it around, sold my business when I was 22, went into venture capital, and then also just discovered my purpose of wanting to help entrepreneurs, and that path led me down speaking, my website, my YouTube channel, eventually book deals, and now on this show, impacting more lives and helping entrepreneurs. I love it.
Yes, thank you so much. So and you guys know on this show, it's a talk show. That's why I created a talk show, because I love to talk. But but let's talk about that. You said at age 19 you were struggling. So what were your biggest struggles then that you had to realize that you said, okay, I got to figure this out, and then I figured it out, then I can go help others? So what were your biggest struggles then at such a young age? Because now 19-year-olds, I don't know if they're thinking. I know my son's about to be 21, and I don't know if he's thinking about that. So what were your biggest struggles at age 19?
My biggest struggle was just, honestly, was a lack of belief in what I could do. And that manifested into not having business success. So I was 19 years old. I was trying to sell biotech software. I was not a scientist. I was not a programmer. And so I was having to sell this software to people who were 2 or 3 times my age, who had multiple PhDs. I just felt like I wasn't enough. I didn't believe in myself. And so that led to me playing small, struggling, not having success, feeling worthless. Feeling like I felt like a worthless human being. Like I felt like I was trying so hard to get my thing off the ground. I was working all day long, every day, and I'm making $300 a month. Like, what's happening? you can only do that for so long before you think I gotta find something else to do. Like this is not what I was born to do. Like I should be able to drive more value than this. So then I told my business partner that I quit, and that was one of the worst days of my life. Wow. And then I realized at that bottom that I have to find another. I don't want to quit. I have to find another way to do this. There is another way to do this, and I'm going to figure it out. And that's where I learned to model success. And that's where I learned to say, hey, I'm maybe 19, but I'm not the first guy to try to figure this out before. I need to learn from somebody who's done it. And so I studied Bill Gates. I looked at how he started Microsoft, how he went from 0 to 1. And I used that strategy in my business. And in a couple of months, had a check for $13,500, and for me, that was banked. Like I'm making $300 a month, $13,500. That may not seem like a lot right now or to your audience, but to me, holy, that was a sign. That was a sign that like things were changing, things were great, right? And so that was the turning point, and it's still now why I model success, why I have so much content on my channel that is around modeling successful people, because Bill Gates saved my company, even though I never met that man.
Wow. And I'm sure you will soon meet him because you have many videos out there on him. So let's dive in. You said a lot there, guys. I hope you guys were listening to what he said because you said so much. So you said you felt like you were worthless. You felt like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I'm trying to do something I've never done before, kind of like that imposter syndrome. Then you said the key word that you said that you didn't believe in yourself, which is your number one, your one word.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Believe, which my one word is learn, because I love to learn. So that's what you had to do. You said, you know what? I'm not going to recreate the wheel. I'm going to go out here and look at other people who've done it. And I'm going to model success. I love how you said that because I don't like when people say, I'm going to be the next Bill Gates or I'm going to be the next Michael Jordan. No, be you. Just model what they did. So can you dive a little bit deeper into how you started to create your YouTube channel? Because myself, along with many other YouTubers out there, are people who want to build their YouTube following. What do we do? How do we start to build and grow our YouTube channel?
One is you just start. I think people are in their head too much. I think people, they're trying to be perfect. You're in some big impossible plan up in your head, and then as a result, you don't do anything. So you need to start. You need to use a phone, film. Get your phone out, turn it sideways, and start to film and post your first video.
Right.
What, Marla? It's going to suck. Your first video is going to be terrible. Like anything ever in your life. Like you got up on a bicycle and you fell off. You didn't just get up and ride. So don't expect to get on YouTube and be great on camera. You could have great, like even you've got great speaking skills and you're great with people and you love interviewing and you love talking. It's still a learning process to get great in front of the camera. Some people can shortcut that path, but it's still a path. And so just start. Get out of your way. Stop being perfect. Expect it to suck and just start. Two, I would say you need to be consistent. So it doesn't matter where you start. Where you start is not going to be where you finish, but you have to move, and you got to move consistently. And so there was a great quote. I think it was Will Smith, but he was talking about how I'm not responsible for where I started. I was born where I was born. I can't change that, but I'm responsible for where I finish. I get to control where I go in life, no matter where I started. And so people blame their start, and then they don't move. But it's like it's on you. It doesn't matter where you came from. You can go anywhere. And so consistency. You got to practice. You got to get better. You got to make daily content. If you want to get good at something, if you want to be Oprah Winfrey level talent at something, you have to do it daily. If you are making a video a week, you're just never going to get world class at that thing. Just like anything else. If you did anything else once a week, you would never become world class at that thing. You might get decently good. If you want to be a chef and you're only practicing cooking once a week, you're never going to be the Oprah Winfrey of cooking of that, right? You're never going to do it. So you need to practice more. So one, just start. Start with what you have. Start immediately today. Like Happy New Year. Let's start right now, today. We're going. We're not waiting. And then every day you need to practice. You need to practice, and you will slowly get better. 5 years ago, I had 7,000 subscribers on my channel. I made 1 to 3 videos a day for 5 years, and now I have 1.8 million subscribers. Like, that's how it works. Yeah. I'm not great. I was not talented. Go back on my channel and watch my content. I'm introverted. I'm shy. I sucked at speaking, but I made 6,000 videos, and in those 6,000, I already in public. I got better. And you will get better at something if you practice it 6,000 times. It's just going to happen.
Wow. Wow, that is so much. I could literally talk about that over and over again. So let's just dive into that again. So he said start. And that's literally what I did with my talk show is I just started. I said, you know what, one day I've always wanted to be a talk show host. I used to go around in high school with my little pen as a microphone and interview people. And I said, one day I'm going to have a talk show. And I said, why not? YouTube has provided a platform. So why don't I just start? And Evan, I don't know if you know this, but did you know that Lily Ma was my first guest on my talk show?
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Yes, Lily was my first guest. So it was just amazing. So I fell in love with it. So I totally agree. And then be consistent. So I'm getting better at the consistency. Right now I'm producing the talk show at 1 show a month, but next year, 2019, I'm going to be revving some things up. So for those people out there who want to get into this arena, because people think you need a lot of skills or a degree or I need to have my MBA or I need to have this. I know you do a lot of videos on this on your show. I know Gary Vee talks about it a lot. Grant Cardone talks about it a lot. But what skills do you need to be a YouTube influencer and really just be an entrepreneur, really? What skills do you think you need? All right, sorry about that, guys. We had a brief breakup there. But Evan, I'm not sure if you heard that last question. I was asking you, what skills does someone need to break into this industry of going out there, number one, wanting to be an entrepreneur, number two, and then getting themselves out there on YouTube? Because we could say, yes, start and be consistent, which they have to do, but what specific skills do you think they need? Because a lot of people think they need a degree. Gary Vaynerchuk talks about that. Grant Cardone talks about that. You have many videos about that on your channel. So what skills does someone need to get into this area of wanting to be an entrepreneur? What does it take?
I don't think skills are the problem. I think you can learn anything if you have a commitment and passion to learn. Learn is your one word. I think learn, the desire and willingness to go through crap and learn and get better. You can pick up anything. And I think I'm the testament to that in that I suck at the start of my channel. If you go back, it's embarrassing watching my first content. It's really, really bad. But I just kept learning and said, I can get better. I'm going to improve. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep getting better. And it worked. And so more than any specific skill, I think it's the mindset. It's the desire to learn and understand that I can do better. If you take that into any field and match it with some self-awareness, I think you're set. Like, there's so many different ways to win as an entrepreneur. There's so many different ways.
Yes.
You may not win the same way that Gary Vee wins. And so to have the self-awareness to know, hey, I'm Marla. I'm great at talking to people. I'm going to do a talk show. And then you can model success and you can learn from Oprah and you can learn from Larry King and you can learn from all the great talk show hosts and model some of their styles. And every time you do that, you learn a little bit more to be a better Marla and keep growing and keep getting better. So I think for anything you want to get into, yes, there's absolutely going to be skills that you have to learn, but all of those things for the most part can be overcome. There are some exceptions. If you want to get into the NBA and play basketball and you're 5'2", you may not learn how to dunk, but in the world of business, there's so many ways to learn. You just have to have the self-awareness to know what you're potentially great at, what you have the talent at, what you could be the Oprah Winfrey at, and then go all in on that, and you'll pick up the skills you need to.
Wow, I love what you said. It's not necessarily the skill, which, like you said, we do need that, right? But it's the mindset, and we talk about that a lot on my show. It's about, what are you thinking about yourself? Your one word. What do you believe about yourself? Do you think you can really go out there and do it? And that's one thing with me. I believe that I can do things. I may not be the best at them, but I believe I can do it. And I tell my son all the time, the only way to get better at doing something is to do the something. So you have to just get out there and, like you said, start earlier. And you like, I love, but like I said, going back to that mindset thing, it's really, we are what we think we are. So if we think that we can't do it, then guess what? We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. So what do you think? Let me ask about this. What do you think about mentors? Because I've read a lot of books, and I love Sarah Blakely's story, the founder of Spanx, and she said that her mentors were her books that she read. She didn't really have someone, and she's built a multi-billion-dollar company, as we know. She still had a 2-year contract working in her full-time 9-to-5 job. Right? She's my hero. I love her. So what do you think about mentors? How do you go about getting those?
So I think there's two kinds. I think there's the ones that we always think about, of like the person who's had success, who can sit down with you and you can have the one-on-one conversation with and get some guidance from. And those are definitely helpful. And then there's the other ones that I would say are what I call aspirational mentors. Mm-hmm. And so those are the books that you read. And for me, it's my YouTube channel. Like we've done videos on Sarah Blakely. Mm-hmm. Watch those videos, and it's like you're hanging out with Sarah Blakely. Yeah. Is it as good as being with her face-to-face and interning for her? No, but that internship probably isn't open. So what are your options, right? And so I love, that's why I do my channel, is that there's always somebody to learn from. So I feel like I'm hanging out with Sarah Blakely and Oprah and Elon Musk and Bill Gates and all these people every day. Mm-hmm. And so I call those aspirational mentors. And I think having a mix of both is helpful. I learn mostly from aspirational mentors. Mm-hmm. And the kicker now is, for a lot of people, it's never been easier to get access to them. A lot of your heroes, like Sarah Blakely, might go live on Instagram, and you could join in and ask her a question. Right. Like that's rare. Like that did not exist 5 years ago. Right. And so these people are now either as a combination of like legacy, like a lot of these people want to give back, and they want to contribute back, and they want their name to mean something, and they want to help inspire the next generation, or just as marketing. A lot of these people are building personal brands, and a great strategy is to do live sessions. And so if you're a hardcore fan, if you got a chance to ask Sarah Blakely one question, what would it be? And then pay attention, because at some point she's probably going to do a live session somewhere, and you have a shot at getting your question answered, which didn't exist any time in human history. Like, this is a really special moment right now that we're in, and I think you have a chance to take advantage of it to actually connect with your aspirational mentors.
Wow, that I love. Thank you so much. That is so good, because a lot of times people, and I'm a coach as well, so a lot of people feel like we have to meet face to face, and sometimes you're not able to meet face to face, so you'll have that phone connection, or you'll have that aspirational, and that's why I think what drew me to your channel was I saw a top 10 video on Les Brown, and I said, okay, this is a cool channel. So you know how YouTube offers all the suggestions on the side. So I said, okay, I'm going to keep watching videos. And people just kept coming up, and they kept coming up, and they kept. So I said, okay, I like this channel. So I think I subscribed the same day, because I think I watched like 10 videos that day. That's how many you had out there. So I just kept going. So I do want to get to our fun question, but before because I know you have a little bit left time to go here. But I do want to ask you, for the audience out there listening, what is one thing you will tell that entrepreneur that feels like what you felt at age 19? Because really age has nothing to do with it, because you have people starting business. Colonel Sanders started at 65, right? So you can start a business anytime you want. You can get out there and do what you want anytime. But they may feel that struggle. They may feel that worthlessness. What would you tell them right now? What's one thing they can go, when they get done listening to this particular talk show, this particular interview, they can go do right now? What is one thing you would tell them to go do?
I would tell them to have faith in the idea that's in your head. You have an idea that's been given to you. You have an idea in your head, like that thing that says, I want to do that thing. I want to start that business. I want to ask that person out. I want to take that trip. I want to, like that. I think that idea has been given to you for a reason, and you need to trust it and do it, even though it doesn't make sense. I think that's the problem part that people fall into, is like, logically, that thing doesn't make sense. You don't have the skills to do that thing in a great way yet. You don't have the resources of the people around you to do that. Why is that idea in your head? I trust in that idea, and I find a small way to get started, and then see if it's something that I want to continue doing. And so whatever idea is in your head, whether it's for a business or something in your personal life or a career jump you want to make or anything, that idea in your head, trust in it more, follow it, and do something today about it.
Wow. That is, thank you for saying that. That is so amazing. You guys, let's repeat that. Faith in your idea, whatever's in your head. It may sound weird to you. It may sound weird to 5 other people. I think it was Gary Vee that said, if it sounds weird, that means you're on the right track, right? So if it sounds weird and crazy, that's the point in your life. Like, I'm going to go for it. I don't care how crazy it sounds. You know, Steve Jobs said, oh, I'm going to create something you guys didn't know you needed. And look at us now. We need Apple right now. So go ahead and do what you have to do and keep going until it makes sense. I love it. So to recap really quick before we get to our fun question, basically, Evan in a nutshell just gave us his story. He told us that we need to start. We talk about that a lot on the show, guys. We talk about stop thinking, get out of your head, and just go for it. So he told us to start and be consistent. You don't have to have the MBA or be perfect. Consistency and persistence beats out anything. I think I heard Will Smith say, I'm not the smartest one out there, but you're not going to outwork me. And I got that from Evan's channel, from watching the Top 10 series. Okay, Evan, tell us, I know I read the bio, so there's some things on there, but tell us something that the world may not know about Evan Carmichael. What is one thing the world may not know? Like a little fun fact.
Oh, let me ask my wife. She's here with me. Nina, what's one thing the world doesn't know about me that I haven't shared?
Oh, I don't know. You're very transparent.
I'm very transparent? Yeah. Come on, you got to know. This is insider baseball right here. Like, you are my wife. You have more context than anybody. What's one thing that people don't know that I do that is interesting? I'm putting you on the spot. Nina's not used to being on any shows here, so this is your moment, Nina. What do you got?
You're different.
I'm different? So, okay, I'll give you one. I love attacking fear. I love attacking when I'm worried about being judged for something. I love jumping into that thing. I love learning to inoculate myself against judgment. So as soon as I feel potential judgment for doing something, then I have to do that thing. So a recent one that I've been doing in the past week, so this is the first time I've talked about it on anybody's show. On Instagram, I have a series called Hey Evan, where people, they DM me their question. Nina's laughing at me. Why are you laughing at me?
No, it's funny.
It's funny, okay. It's a show called Hey Evan. People DM me their questions, and I do a quick 15-second response. And one time I just came out of the shower, and I was looking through my messages and thought, I should do some Hey Evans right now. And I'm in my bathrobe, and I felt, I can't go and answer questions on my bathrobe. Like, I'm okay being unprofessional, but that's like a whole new level of unprofessional. I can't do that. And because I was worried about it, then I had to do it. And so for the past week, every night, I've had a Hey Evan lying in my bed, in my bathrobe, spitting fire, energy, answers, motivation, wisdom, every night for like 20, 30 minutes. And so I love attacking judgment. If I'm ever afraid of somebody's opinion of me, then I have to go and do that thing.
Wow. That is amazing, because I talk a lot about getting out of our comfort zone and getting out of our comfort box. But you're right, because we are afraid we're going to get judged, and we're afraid that, a lot of people say, well, I don't have to be a millionaire. I just want to be comfortable. I just want to make enough money to take care of my family. Why do we say that? Because we're afraid of the fear of what comes with having a lot of money. The people talk about you. People say something about you all the time. So I love that. I love that. I love that you have on your robe and you do the Instagram show. That is amazing. Because guess what?
But here's the trick.
Anybody else is doing
the trick with it. The trick is that we have these ambitions. We entrepreneurs, we want to change the world. We have these big lofty goals and these huge dreams for ourselves, and we want to have a big impact.
Yeah.
But if you are too scared of somebody's opinion of you being in a bathrobe, then there's no way you're going to go off and do the big scary thing. And so, like, the path to lifting 1,000 pounds is to lift 5 pounds, and then 10 pounds, and then 15 pounds. And so the path to having the courage and belief to doing that big, scary, impossible thing is doing the little scary things in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you do that, you'll look back and say, holy cow, like I've come so far because you kept attacking that judgment every step along the way.
Yes. And that is so right, because when you look back, I'm like, this is my 18th episode. And I look back, I'm like, wow, 18 months ago, I started a YouTube channel, didn't know what the heck I was doing. Just said, I'm just going to hit record on YouTube. I downloaded Blue Jeans, paid $11 a month. And I said, I'm just going to do this. Why not? If one person watches the talk show, then that's one person that I impacted. And I said, you know what? Why not? I mean, I can do it. That's what I say to myself. If they can do it, I can do it. That's what I do. I firmly believe that. If someone else can do it, I can do it. I love it. I want to say thank you so much, Evan. Thank you, Nina. Thank you for I think you said your camera guy is back there. Thank you so much for taking the time out to do this interview. I have all of Evan's links, so I'll put them down below in the comments down there below. Thank you. I hope to see you soon. I do want to say that I wish you much success on your 19 city tour, even though I'm going to throw a thing in there, even though Jacksonville, Florida is not on the list.
Okay, listen. Okay, hold on. We got a couple things to address here. First off, Marla. It's 23 cities in 90 days.
Okay, 23.
So we're getting 23 cities. Second is you got to put this is where everybody needs to lean in. You need to put your goals ahead of your convenience. If you wait for people to come to your city to go off and accomplish your goals, you're going to lose.
Oh, that's
your
good.
Goals ahead of your convenience. And whether that's for me or anything else. Like, if your hero, Les Brown, is going to Chicago, like, you find a way, you walk to Chicago. Like, you find a way to get to Chicago. The people who win are the ones who put their goals ahead of their convenience. But I don't want to end this. You had a fun question. We gotta get. What's the fun question? I've been waiting up this entire time.
Well, the last question was the fun question. Was what is the world? Would tell the world something that they didn't know about you. And when you asked Nina.
Oh, that's a fun. Okay, good. Okay, actually, you know what? That was a lot of fun because we got to involve Nina in the interview, and I've been doing We got to involve Nina in the interview, and I've been doing interviews all day long, and that was the first time that Nina got to be in on it. So that was a lot of fun. Thank you for that.
Oh no, I thank you because I'm glad Nina was involved. That's also showing another level that you being a husband, the wife, you guys are doing this thing together. And I love how you said, I watched the video, love how you said Nina's going to be the road manager to do this. She quit her job. This is amazing. So I'm so super excited. I'm so super excited for you guys. And let me just comment on what you just said. Goals ahead of convenience. That is I'm so glad you said that because I was looking at those dates and I'm still looking at those dates like, okay, which one can I get to? Which one can I get to? I really was thinking that, but I'm like, oh God, because next year's a little travel heavy for me. But I'm like, which one of these cities can I get to in 90 days?
you gotta come to one, and then we can do round 2 of this interview face to face.
Oh my God! Don't say that to me, Evan, because I will be there.
I'm excited. Let's do it. Goals ahead of convenience. That's going to be the name of the episode. Goals ahead of convenience.
I love that. No, I'm telling you, I'm gonna put that in the description down below. Thank you so much, Evan. This was amazing. This was so amazing. I really appreciate it. This is what a great year to kick off. What a great way to kick off 2019. Get your goals ahead of your convenience and watch where it takes you.
I love it. Thank you for your energy and awesomeness. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Evan. And we will definitely be talking very soon.
I love it. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.